I'm Colin Milburn. I'm from UC Davis, and I'm a professor in 3 different departments: English, Science and Technology Studies, and Cinema and Technocultural Studies. And as Amanda Phillips mentioned earlier, I'm the director of the Mod Lab, and I'm also the co-director of the Digital Cultures Initiative. I'm a historian of science by training, and most of my work over the last 10 years or so has been focused on the impact that video games and video game technologies, gamer culture, have all had on the development of the experimental sciences, natural science. So I've recently written a book on the way that gamer culture and game technologies have impacted the recent history of nanotechnology and allied molecular sciences, called Mondo Nano. And I've been quite interested in things like the way that game technologies are used to run experiments in laboratory settings, or as interfaces for laboratory instruments, affecting conceptual development, or now increasing these crowdsourced experiments like Folded, where thousands upon thousands of non-scientists are enrolled into collaborative scientific endeavors using video game interfaces. And I've also been doing ethnographic studies of game players as they engage with more commercial science fiction video games that represent certain scientific concepts to try to assess what type of scientific learning is taking place. And surprisingly, some does, even in the very popular science fiction game franchises. So for the Mod Lab, as Amanda had mentioned earlier, a lot of the work we've been doing there does revolve around studies of immersion, virtual reality, motion capture technologies. One of the projects that we've been developing for a few years has been around remote collaboration, which was originally intended as a way of linking up different cave environments and getting 3-dimensional images of users' bodies, their actual body images, using arrays of connects, and being able to link and project people from different cave environments into the same cave environment, and then to be able to manipulate that environment collaboratively and together, so all in the same space in real time, not only moving around a shared full immersive VR space, but also actively being able to manipulate the environment. So that's been going quite well, and it's not just targeted at multi-million-dollar cave environments, but also we've been having good success in getting it over into 3D television with Wii's and Connect arrays, and then also Oculus Rift and Connect arrays. So it's we're trying to get the at-home version quite soon. Amanda talked a bit about the tool that we developed called the Mechanimator, which is essentially we're getting Connect skeletal data into Unity, and our Shakespeare simulator has been one of the first applications, but we certainly imagine it as a way of doing quick and dirty machinima, as well as a whole array of other types of Connect-driven games. And we are actually collaborating with the new Quantum Nano Center at the University of Waterloo in Canada to stage an alternate reality game, a site-specific alternate reality game, to teach visitors about principles of quantum science and nanotechnology using the Mechanimator. And we've also been very interested in the possibility of this type of multimodal and multi-sided and multimedia collaboration for performance art. So this is a picture of John Zabel, a performance artist at UC Davis, and this was a piece that we worked on last year, a performance that was centered around the works of Samuel Beckett, where the performers were located in multiple sites. Some were operating in a VR cave, some were beaming in through an Oculus Rift and Connect combo, some were actually in physical spaces here, such as John, where an audience was present watching, and they were all interacting with each other across these different sites to perform the piece. So it's an experiment in massively, well, not massively, but at least kind of distributed performance art that we're quite interested in the possibility. So all these different pieces have certain affinities, as you might imagine, all the way from gaming to avant-garde performance. And I will, for the sake of time, wrap up there.
Okay. Questions for Colin? Yeah.
I'd be remiss if I didn't ask about exploring the possibility of costuming the actors in the Shakespeare game.
Now that you have presented this, it's absolutely on the top of my mind. Yes, I think this is excellent. So we should collaborate on this. Yeah.
I mean, especially the Kinect can detect like shapes and silhouettes, and so you could have a set of hats that represent the different characters. When someone puts on the hat, the Kinect automatically knows which character they're playing.
Yeah, this is great.
There's a neat possibility space here.
I love it. So let's
Cool.
do it.
All right, and on that, I'm off to class actually, but yeah.